knockout. I'm f***ing him up, Ariel. I'm f***ing him up. He hits like a It's personal now. It's personal now.
Who's that old, who's that old guy fighting? And they'll not appreciate how devastating this man was.
You're asking the wrong guy. I'm a hardcore boxing fan. He's one of my heroes. I find it very sad. But it's a big event. I understand people are going to watch.
Chaos erupts as Jake Paul slaps Anthony Joshua during the press conference. The moment instantly turned the room volatile. Joshua didn't flinch, but the look in his eyes showed everything. This fight is now personal. Jake Paul may have wanted attention, but in the ring, he's walking into real danger.
7-week training camp, boom bam, we're here now, ready to rock and roll. So I understand my process, and that's why I worry about myself, not what everyone else's opinions. I know what
Tony Bellew calls the situation frightening for the sport, and he's not overstating it. It's not just messy, it's shocking how far things have gone. This isn't the purity of boxing anymore, it's become a circus. Jake Paul thrives on chaos, but Joshua stays calm, controlled, and ready to dominate every minute inside the ropes.
It's frightening for the sport. It's not that it's bad, it's frightening. But listen, this isn't boxing as a sport, this is the circus.
Roy Jones Jr. immediately sensed the tension after Jake Paul slapped Anthony Joshua. Jake believed he was making a statement, but Joshua's calm reaction said more than words ever could. That slap changed everything. When the bell rings, Joshua will make Jake Paul feel the consequences of that decision.
Yeah, I was just going through the motion. He's serious about it, so I liked it.
Yeah, like his energy was like very calming throughout the week.
Yes,
Johnny Nelson is openly disappointed with how the situation exploded after Jake Paul's slap. Confusion, noise, and non-stop speculation have taken over the headlines. Joshua meanwhile stays laser-focused. Fans are watching this unfold like a live drama, but once inside the ring, Joshua will dictate every moment, and Jake Paul will face the reality of what he started.
It don't matter what drugs you take, it doesn't make you a better fighter. It might make you stronger, might make you fit. It doesn't make you a better fighter. That's proof. So until more new...
Derek Chisora doesn't sugarcoat it. Jake Paul doesn't have the power to knock out Anthony Joshua. Anyone saying otherwise is dreaming. After that slap, this fight has crossed into personal territory. Joshua isn't just coming to win. He's coming to teach a lesson and show exactly who the real heavyweight is.
Whatever happened to be exciting.
Does he have the power to knock out Joshua?
Nah, he hasn't got the power to knock out Joshua.
How does that fight end?
Jake Paul going into an ambulance, bro.
Tony Bellew explains that this fight has captured public attention in a way few ever do. Jake Paul's slap has injected intensity and emotion into the build-up. The stakes are massive and everyone wants to see how Joshua answers. This isn't only about a matchup, it's about respect. And Joshua will prove inside the ring why Jake crossed the wrong line.
It's just wrong, but I think this fight's just gone tough on the toe.
It's absolutely grabbed the public interest now to another level, isn't it?
This is, quite simply, the biggest fight this country's ever seen.
7. Jake Paul is running his usual trash talk, but after that slap, he stepped far beyond the limit. Insulting Anthony Joshua won't save him on fight night. Joshua isn't the type to forget disrespect, and now it's personal. When the bell rings, skill, power, and experience will crush the noise, and Jake Paul will pay for every word he threw at the press conference.
Yeah, man, he's a dumbass, and so it's gonna be apparent on Saturday when he's the one that gets knocked out. I mean, genuinely, fighters always say this, there's the back and forth, but here's I'm being so honest, man, this guy is easy work.
Johnny Nelson calls Jake Paul crazy, and he's not wrong. Jake clearly doesn't understand what he stepped into after slapping a former two-time heavyweight champion. Joshua doesn't play for show. He fights to hurt, to finish, and to make statements. The slap made this deeply personal, and in the ring Joshua will ensure Jake Paul learns why showmanship can never beat real skill.
If he thinks he can get it with Anthony Joshua, former two-time heavyweight champion of the world, and play tiddlywinks, I don't think AJ plays touch.
Eddie Hearn is warning Jake Paul, and he means every word. After that slap, the danger level has skyrocketed. Joshua knows exactly how to dismantle someone, and he doesn't hold back. This isn't about hype anymore, it's about respect. Jake has shown none, and in the ring, Joshua will make a statement he won't forget.
Send me something in the comments, but I don't know. So with cocaine, I don't know if it stays in your system for 48 hours or whatever, and people think, oh, you won't know it stays for 2 weeks. I don't know, why would you take it knowing there's a possibility that it's going to be in your system? And why would you take it for our sport anyway? But let's get some meat on the bones first before we throw him under the bus.
Eddie Hearn calls the slap a cowardly move, and he's right. Jake Paul crossed a line that should never be crossed on stage. Joshua is not someone you disrespect without consequences. Now the fight is personal. And once they're in the ring, every punch Joshua lands will reflect the focus and fury of a man who doesn't tolerate disrespect.
I thought it was a bitch move. I really did.
Have you spoken?
I would never, if you chin someone at a presser, if you do that, it's different. But when you...
Adam Smith says these things can happen in boxing, but not at a face-off. Jake Paul's slap has made the event hotter than ever. The world is watching. But Joshua cannot be rattled by stunts. When the gloves come on, all the noise disappears. Jake Paul will feel the full power of a man who treats this sport with seriousness and respect.
You know, twice as big for the casual fans. Do we condone it? I mean, in boxing terms, should that happen at a head-to-head? Of course not. But these things do happen. This is the fight business, and it's just made it even bigger. And we wait to see what happens next.
Frank Warren cautions everyone that this fight is dangerous, and he's right. Jake Paul slapped Anthony Joshua, and now the intensity is off the charts. Joshua is a real champion who knows how to punish disrespect. Jake may seem confident, but he's stepping into the ring with a fighter who has power, experience, and cold focus. Joshua will ensure Jake pays for every stunt.
Well, if I can beat Jake Paul, then excuse my French, what the fuck is Anthony Joshua going to do to Jake Paul? I think my dad said that AJ could beat him with his prick, and I completely will back that up. Even if AJ had a broken arm in there.
Tony Bellew calls the matchup a gross mismatch, and he's right. Jake Paul slapped Anthony Joshua, and now he's facing an even more focused and dangerous version of him. Bellew highlights the risk to Jake's health, and it's real. Joshua doesn't just fight, he dominates. In the ring, Jake will discover the gap between entertainment and true championship-level boxing.
It's just a gross mismatch.
Yeah.
Like, you don't understand his health is in jeopardy. So, I'm not even entertaining it. I just think it's dangerous. And listen, I might have to work it, but it's just...
It's kind of ludicrous, isn't it, really?
It's insane. This boy is nuts. Is nuts, and I think he's putting his life before he's putting his life.
Spencer Oliver points out that Anthony Joshua approaches fights differently. After Jake Paul's slap, the stakes have become deeply personal. Even if fans see this as a money fight, Joshua sees something far more serious. Jake Paul underestimates the danger. Inside the ring, Joshua will repay every moment of disrespect with precision and force.
Not his financial welfare, but Jake Paul going into a fight with Anthony Joshua, to me, is absurd. I mean, Anthony Joshua is a legitimate two-time heavyweight champion of the world. He may have got destroyed by Daniel Dubois, but notwithstanding, there's nothing physically wrong with Anthony Joshua that he can't execute. Mentally, he might be in a little bit of a difficult position.
Frank Warren says the fight almost couldn't move forward, showing how chaotic everything became. But after Jake Paul slapped Anthony Joshua, the situation shifted into something far more personal. Joshua remains calm, cold, and ruthless. Jake has made a huge mistake and he will pay for it. This fight is now about respect, and Joshua will make sure the slap is remembered.
You know, let the penny drop that the fight could never go forward. And some of the stuff that's come out since about people being, the board being sued and something, but so forth is just a non-runner. It's crazy.
The stage is set and the tension is at its peak after Jake Paul slapped Anthony Joshua. The fight is no longer about money or hype, it's personal. Joshua is composed, focused, and ready to deliver punishment. Jake Paul's disrespect will cost him dearly. Joshua's power, experience, and mentality will dominate, and every punch will carry the message that the line was crossed. Are you backing Joshua to unleash his full power, or do you believe Jake Paul can somehow survive the impossible? Drop your thoughts in the comments and join the debate with fans around the world.